Hi everyone, welcome to Time Online Webinar. So today we are going to discuss top colleges through the Maharashtra MBA CET. Now, what I'll do, I have made a certain session plan, so we'll go as per that plan. So, what is the agenda for today's session? So, first we'll see the top colleges in India, then we'll see the MMS MBA versus your PG course. Okay, then we'll go for top institutes for MMS MBA. Then we'll see the top institutes for PGDM. I'll show you the cutoffs for last year MMS MBA. Then PGDM colleges details I'll show you. And then JBIMS MSc Finance related details. And at the end, we'll discuss the JBIMS MHRD details also. Okay, so that will give you the rough idea about what colleges you can actually apply through CET part. Fine. So let's go ahead now. Now, first of all, please understand what are the top colleges in India, because when I'll show you the ranking under CD, a particular college may be ranked number 10 when I talk about through MMS or through CET. But when I look at the all India ranking, probably it may not be the top 100 colleges also. So what we are done, so at time we decide the ranking of the colleges. We call that as a time B-school categorization. So what you need to do for that, you visit the website www.time-4education.com. Once you visit on that website, you select the tab CAT/MBA. Under that tab, you'll find a choose B school selection. You choose the tab B school selection, and under that B school selection, click on time B school categorization. So before getting the ranking of that colleges, there is one article how that ranking has been decided. Also, what parameters students should take into account while selecting a particular B school. So if you want a direct link for that time B school categorization, you'll get a link there. So what we have done there, we have categorized the colleges in the group like this. We are categorizing them as a top 10. So that is the first 10 colleges. So next 10 colleges, we call it as a triple A plus category. Next 10 colleges, we call it the triple A college category. Next 15 colleges, double A category, and so on. So like that, more than 150 plus colleges in India, we have ranked. So when I'll show you the list of the colleges, I'm going to give this category also. They belong to which category? So suppose particular college belong to the triple B category, means its all India ranking is from 76 to 90. A particular college belong to triple B plus category, means its all India ranking is 61 to 75. So when I talk about particular any college, please understand you should have your benchmark that below this college I will not take an admission. So when I talk about a particular college is good or bad, is actually a person specific. So I know the students who got into JBIMS and they didn't took the admission because their logic is I will try to get into top IIMs only. Or I have seen the students who got admission in Sydenham, but still they did not take because they say I next year I'll try next year, I'll get into JBIMS. So first of all, you decide your cutoff college that okay, below this college I will not take any admission. So then it will be easier for you to understand which colleges to apply, and accordingly you can plan for the admission process also. Fine. Now before moving for that ranking part, just understand what is MMS MBA and what is PGDM courses. Now if I talk about, let's say if I take a particular case of the Mumbai case. So in Mumbai, you'll find there are certain colleges where in the same college you'll find a MMS program also, you'll find a PGDM program also. So for example, what is the MMS program? So MMS program is basically the program affiliated to the Mumbai University. So Mumbai University has designed your syllabus and they will conduct your exam. You'll get a degree from Mumbai University. However, when I talk about a PGDM, when I talk about a PGDM part, so PGDM is basically postgraduate diploma in management. Okay, so in that case, what will happen when I talk about a PGDM courses? It's an autonomous course. The course has been designed by the college, and college will conduct the exam. College will give you the degree certificate for it. Now, many people might get confused with the word diploma. Is it a diploma? See, please understand, in India, we have a norm that only universities can offer you the degree. That is the reason when a college individually gives you a degree, they cannot call it as a degree, they call it as a postgraduate diploma in management. Fine. So there are advantages also, there are disadvantages also for each one. So whenever I'm talking about where to take admission, should I go for MMS or should I take it for a PGDM or let's say MBA? Suppose you are doing outside Mumbai, you're doing MBA from any colleges, then you'll get an MBA degree. Okay, if you're doing from Mumbai University, you'll get an MMS degree. That's the only difference I'm saying. So when I'm saying you are getting a, should I choose go for MMS, should I go for a PGDM? I'll say you first look at the college part. So suppose I'm talking to two colleges X and Y. Okay, here college X you're getting MMS and college Y you're getting a PGDM course. But if I say college Y is a better college, then I should choose a PGDM from that college Y. So rather than a course, I will suggest you better prefer a college. Fine. So as I said, there are advantages also, there are disadvantages also. So the advantages is what? For MMS, syllabus is updated by the respective university. So I will not say that is advantage, but at PGDM, the syllabus is updated by the college. The curriculum is most of the times more updated, right? Then the students who wish to do further studies. So many times, if you are going for a post, let's say PhD or something like that. So I will suggest you go for the MMS. Or let's say you are going outside India, you better go for the MMS part. No issues in this part. Fine. However, when you're talking about the PGDM part, you try to take the course which is basically AICTE approved. Now, whether it's a PGDM, whether it's a MMS course, for both the things, the placements are happening together. So for the placement, the students are pulled together. Companies usually don't differentiate between the MMS, MBA or PGDM part. But what is the difference in the admission process? Please understand, for MMS or MBA part, your admission will happen purely on the basis of your CD score. Okay, there is a provision for that all India category also, but it's the admission will happen on the basis of the CD score through a cap round process, that is a centralized admission process. Means you will take the exam now. So let's say if the CD exam is scheduled in the first week of April, you'll take that CD exam. After the exam, your result will be declared. You'll participate in that cap process. You'll submit all your documents, and after that, only on the basis of your score, you'll get admission. There is no other process. There is no group discussion or person interview part. Only on the basis of the score, you'll get admission. And with that score, you can apply to any colleges in Maharashtra which come under that admission process. However, PGDM is an autonomous course. So college will decide how to admission process is to be carried out. So in PGDM courses, they will not only accept the CD score, apart from the CD, they'll accept the other exam scores also. Like they'll accept the CAT score, ZAT score, ATMA, MAT, CMAT score also. Also, only on the basis of CD score or the exam score, you'll not get admission. They'll call you for the second stage. What is the second stage? It may involve a group discussion, or it will definitely involve a personal interview. So based on all that score, they might give a weightage to your academic records also, work experience also. Based on all that part, your final admission will be carried out. So then somebody asks me, why should I go for PGDM? I will go only for the MMS or MBA part only. The problem is that MMS and MBA, being the lesser number of seats in each college, the cutoffs are slightly higher. So suppose if I've got a certain score, and I say I was looking for the top 10 colleges. It might happen that in top 10 colleges which I'm going to show, I may not get admission in MMS or MBA, but on the same score, same college, I can get it through the PGDM course. So that is the reason that people prefer, if you're not getting an MMS at the top colleges, people can go through the PGDM part. Because in the PGDM, your CD score will have a certain weightage. You can score well in the interviews and the other processes. So that gives an advantage. to get into that college, even your score is average or low, I'll say. Okay, so that is the reason to prefer PGDM also as a backup if you don't get into MMS or MBA part. So for MMS, for the MMS and MBA part, you don't need to go to the college. You need to go to the college only for the payment of fees at the end. That's it. Here, the entire process will be carried out by the DT, that is Director of Technical Education. Your entire process is going to be online. Okay, so you don't need to go anywhere and you have to fill only one form, which you already fill. Whatever CET form you have filled, through that CET form only your admission process will be carried out. However, as PGDM is an autonomous course, you need to apply every college individually. So you have XYZ are the colleges that you want to apply to the PGDM courses. So each college you need to apply separately. As I'm applying them separately, it will involve application fees also. So every college will charge you from 2,000 to 3,000 rupees as application fees also. You're getting my point? So that is the reason when I'm talking about a PGDM course, it can't be the thing that I will apply to all PGDM courses. I have to be very selective also, that what is the admission process, what is my score, what is the selection criteria. I have to take everything into consideration before selecting the college for PGDM application. Fine. So what I do, I just show you the list of the colleges. Now, as I said, when I'm listing all those colleges, I have mentioned the category also for those colleges, so that you'll have an idea if the college may be number 5 through CET, but when I take an all India ranking, it may not be in the top 50 also. So let me show you that part. So look at, these are the top colleges I'm talking about. The first college is Jamnalal Bajaj Institute of Management Studies. It's a very good college. In fact, the people who are giving CET, everyone is targeting. This is the first choice that everybody is targeting this college. It is in Mumbai. It comes under AAA plus category. Now, as I say, AAA class category means its all India ranking is from 11 to 20. Right? Next comes over Sydenham. Sydenham comes under the AA category. Okay. So when I talk about the AA category, look at AA category means what? Your all India ranking is around 31 to 45 range. Then comes Welingkar College, which is in Mumbai. It comes in the triple B plus category. Okay, so triple B class category means what? It is 61 to 75 is the ranking for that, all India level ranking. So next is your Pumba College, which is a triple B category college. Pumba is situated at Pune. It's a Department of Management Sciences, University of Pune. So it's situated at Pune. Next is your MET college at Mumbai, which is also a triple B category college. Okay. So next in the list is SIS college at Mumbai, which is a double B category college. Now look at double B category means what? The ranking will be from 91 to 110, all India level category. Is that part is fine? Next, COEP, it's a B plus category. Chetana, okay, that is in Mumbai, it is a B plus category. Then we can say St. Xavier's College at Mumbai, it is a B category. Then Lala Lajpat Rai, it is B category. I show you 5 more colleges also. These are the top 10 colleges. But see, please understand, if I say Lala Lajpat Rai is a B category college, it comes in the top 10 colleges in under CET, under for that MMS part. These are the colleges for MMS course. But what I need to understand is that B category is basically your ranking is around 130 plus ranking. Okay, so that is a 130 plus ranking is there. That is your Lala Lajpat Rai. So you will find that all India level the ranking is above 100, but through CET it comes under the top 10 colleges. When I show the placement data of these colleges, you'll realize that okay, you can see that number 1 college and number 10 college, you'll find a huge difference in their placement figures also. That part is very, very clear. Fine. So let me go ahead now. I show you the further 5 colleges. That is, these I counted in the others category colleges. So their ranking is definitely above 130, all India level. So Thakur Institute of Management Studies, COEP University, it is a business analytics course. then Indira Institute of Management, Pune, then Vivekanand Institute, Mumbai, and this is Alkesh Dinesh Modi. This is basically comes under the Mumbai University campus. So Alkesh Dinesh Modi comes under the Mumbai University campus. That these are the some colleges counted in the others category. Now look at the list is long. Okay, so in fact in Mumbai, Pune alone, you'll find around 200 plus colleges, but I've not listed all of them because not every college I can categorize. So it was very difficult to put these 15 colleges also here. So if you say somebody says, okay, I I'm not interested in a job. I'm not interested in what is the value of that MBA in the market. I just want a degree. I assure you, you'll definitely get a college through CET because many colleges the CET seats are not full. But that will give you only degree. You on the basis of that, getting a good job in the market will be very difficult for you, or you have to find on the job on your own. You get there may not be any campus placement in those colleges. Fine. So that is the reason that is very important that I choose a better college because that will help me in the overall inputs also. Also, it will help me to get a good job through the campus also. Now, I just give you the data of the colleges uh, for the fees as well as the salary part. Okay. Now, some of the colleges have not fully updated their information. So it might happen that once they updated information, these figures might change. But that will give the rough idea about what are the fees for these colleges. So the first college we talked about is the JBIMS. Now look at the fees. These are 1 year fee, and this is a normal academic fee. So it will you have something extra library charges or other charges are there that might be extra, but these are the tuition fee plus what are the academic fees are there. This is counted here. So that fees is 4,06,000 for JBIMS. Now, but look at the placements now. The highest salary offered is 55.6 lakhs. So this is a so many, these are CTC, it's a cost to company lakhs per annum. So it's an annual salary offered, per annum salary offered, okay, in lakhs. So 55.6 lakhs is the highest salary. What is the average salary of the last year batch 23 to these are the figures for 2023 to 2025 batch. So the high average salary is 26.48 and the median salary, what is the median salary? If you arrange the numbers in ascending order, the middle number is the median salary. So median salary is 26.15. Means what? Half the students got more than 26.15, half the students got less than 26.15. The average salary is around 26.48. That part is very clear. Can you look at the Sydenham? Sydenham being a government college, can you see the fees is just 67,000 rupees? Your highest salary offer is 22.5 lakhs. Average is 15.10 and 14.85 lakhs. That's a median salary. Okay. Welingkar, look at the MMS fees, 4,31,000 rupees. The highest salary is 18.75. Median data not available. Average is 11.27 lakhs. Fine. When I talk about a Pumba, it's 1,25,000 is a fees. Highest salary is 16.22 lakhs. Average is 10.84. Median is 9.4. Now look at, as you go down the order, you will find that average salary will keep on decreasing. Can you see? Here it was 26, it is 15, then 11, 10, 8.5, 7, 6, 4. Okay. The highest salary does not matter too much because many times what happens, the highest salary could be somebody got an offer, but that his placement is the job offer is from Dubai. So the salary is actually offered in a foreign currency. When you convert into, let's say, rupees, that looks very high. So I'm not too much worried about the highest salary. So if I look at the average salary, okay, that is on an average of all the students who the jobs were offered. So you realize as you go down the order, the average salary keeps on going down. The average salary keeps on going down. You're getting my point? So that is the reason more people are looking for the top colleges because the average salary part is high. If you're choosing the college only purely on the basis of the placements part. Fine. So these numbers you can go through later also through the video. So on an average, I can say the fees is not that high. So on an average, fees is around 3 to 4 lakhs for each of these colleges. Okay, and that is per year fees. So fees are not very high, but the topmost college has an average of 26. You go down the order, the average will be 6 or below 6. Okay, so I've given you for the top 10 colleges. Now let me go ahead now. Now, I just give the rough idea about a seat distribution for MMS and MBA, because I have mentioned that it is a colleges through CET. Look at total 100% seats are there. So when I'm talking about MMS or MBA, that is means what? I'm talking about the seat distribution to the common admission process. So here I'm not talking about that PGDM courses. After this, I'll talk about the PGDM courses. Now here what's happening here, in every college, 85% seats are reserved for the Maharashtra candidate. Now you're staying in Maharashtra doesn't mean you're a Maharashtra candidate. Either you should be a domicile of Maharashtra. Okay, so you should either have a birth certificate which says your place of birth is Mumbai, or you should possess a domicile certificate. They will be counted as a Maharashtra candidate. You're staying in Maharashtra doesn't mean you're a Maharashtra candidate. And all India seats are 15%. What is all India seats? I'll explain you. Maharashtra candidates, okay, home university has 70% seats. Outside home university is 15%. Now, based on the from where you have done your graduation, your home university is decided. Let's say I have done my 10th, 12th graduation from Mumbai. My home university is Mumbai. But if I've done my 10th, 12th from Mumbai, but graduation from Pune, my home university is Pune. So whichever is your home university, 70% seats are reserved for you. 15% seats are reserved for the outside home university. Okay. Under that home university also, half the seats are for general category, half the seats are for reserve category. Same thing, outside home university, half the seats are for general category, half the seats are for reserve category. Now, in certain colleges, these home university, outside home university, that categorization is not there. So the colleges which are autonomous, they have Maharashtra level seats. So for example, JBIMS doesn't have any of these home university, outside home university categorization. All 85% seats are Maharashtra level seats. So you get admission in JBIMS based on your Maharashtra rank. Okay. Same is with the Sydenham also. Sydenham doesn't have any home university or outside home university categorization. Is that fine? What are these all India level seats? Now, all India level seats is what basically? Suppose somebody is from Mumbai, somebody is from outside Maharashtra, somebody is from Bangalore, Hyderabad, Indore, Lucknow, Delhi. Those people want admission in Mumbai. Okay. Now, those people cannot come to Mumbai to take a CET. Okay. Actually, CET has a centers outside Maharashtra also. But still, if they decide not to give CET, then how will they get admission in Mumbai? For those people, 15% seats are reserved. But how will I take the admission then? They say CAT, ZAT, okay, MAT, CMAT, ATMA, even CET. Any of these 6 courses will be accepted for that all India level seats. And these are all India level seats. So please understand, you are being a Maharashtra candidate is also eligible for all India level seats. So it might happen that you are targeting a particular college and your CET score is low, but you are given a CMAT exam and your CMAT score is much, much higher than CET. You can still get that same college, but through the all India quota. Same college, same type of seat, but the quota is all India level seats. Okay. So when you're filling that CET cap round form and they ask you for the all India level seats, you please fill yes. Means what you're saying, that you are trying to find all India level seats, applying to all India level seats through the other exams also. So please fill all India level seats as yes part. Fine. So as I mentioned, colleges like JBIMS, Sydenham, Welingkar, all the seats are state level seats. There is no reservation for a home university students. Reservation means that's breakup of 75% this, 70%, 15% this breakup is not there. All seats are Maharashtra level seats. No issues. See, there are many minority colleges are there. For example, SIS is a minority college. Okay, so they have a linguistic minority. Thakur is a minority college, or let's say Lala is a minority college. So in those colleges, there is no caste-based reservation because 50% seats are reserved for that particular minority. Okay. In some of the colleges, 15% seats are institute level seats. Institute level seat means what? That institute has a right to fill that seats. So they can give the admission on the merit basis, or they can give you, they can give those seats as a management quota also. Fine. So once the cap round process starts, we'll guide you about this admission process in detail. This is just a brief idea about the how the seat distribution works for MMS MBA part. So whatever these colleges we have just seen, okay, these 10 or 5 colleges, 15 colleges, if you need admission in these colleges, at this stage you don't need to do anything. What you need to do is you have to appear for CET, you have to fill the cap round form. Your admission process will start somewhere in the month of June. However, if you feel that I should still have a backup of the college because my CET score may not be that good, okay, or it may something can go wrong also in actual CET, but still I want a better college, then what you can do, you can keep an option open of the PG courses also. But before going for that PG courses, just understand these are the cutoffs. So why I'm saying the option should be open for the PG courses? Can you go through the cutoffs now? JBIMS open category cutoff is 99.94 percentile. It's not percentage of marks, it's percentile. 99.51 even for SC category. For OBC category, it is 99.81. And look at for all India category, 99.99 percentile. So even if I go down the order, let's say MET, it is still 98.34 percentile. So because lesser number of seats through that in that MMS colleges, that is the reason you should keep the option open for the PG courses also. So I might get a MET college not at 98 percentile, maybe at 80 percentile or 85 percentile, but not MMS course. I'll get a PG course because their admission is not purely on the basis of your score. The admission is there on the basis of the other parameters also. So same way, Chetna, MMS is 98.51. So I might get a Chetna at 80 percentile also. Okay. But a PG course, not the MMS course. So should I take a PG course? If you're getting MMS and PG in the same college, I'll say you go for MMS. But if you're getting a MMS and PG into different colleges, you better see which college is better. You're getting my point? So that is the reason I should keep an option open for the PG courses also. So I just look at which are the top PG courses in Mumbai and other nearby. Look at MET. Okay, they have a PG course. These I'm talking about PG courses. MMS courses I've already discussed. SIS, look at, we saw the SIS in MMS also. So SIS is an MMS course also. They have a PG course also. Now look at NL Dalmia. NL Dalmia doesn't have any MMS course. They used to have they used to have a MMS course. Now they have become autonomous. So all our seats are PG courses. Chetana, you can see. So I just highlight some colleges. These colleges have MMS as well as PG courses. IES, they have only PG course. They don't have MMS course now. Thakur has MMS also, PG also. No issues. So this circle one have a MMS course also, PG also. So at a MMS, the cutoffs will be higher. If you have a score low, then you can target the PG courses. Now, so what we'll do, we'll discuss all these PG courses, some of these PG courses one by one. So you'll have a better idea. But I have not mentioned certain names in this because our session is more about colleges through CET. So look at KJ Somaiya is a good college. They have no MMS course. They have PG course, but the admission for PG course is not through CET. So if you're interested in KJ Somaiya College, then you'll get it through either through CMAT, MAT, or ATMA. They accept the CAT and SAT score also. But I'm not, as I'm talking to CET and CD level colleges, I'm given the CD level exams only. Same way, Welingkar has a PG course. Okay, Welingkar has a PG course. They have a MMS also. They have a PG course, but that PG course will not get through CET. For that, you require CMAT and ATMA score. Okay. However, other colleges you can see almost all the other colleges will accept the CET score. So Pumba doesn't have a PG course. Then Saint Xavier doesn't have a PG course. Okay. So all the other colleges look at they are accepting CET courses. So if you're interested in KJ Somaiya and Welingkar, which are very good colleges, okay, then on the basis of CET, you won't get that PG course. In fact, Wellinka still I can get through CET because it has its MMS course. But KJ Somaiya doesn't have MMS course also. So if you're interested in KJ Somaiya College, then CMAT, MAT, ATMA, sorry, not CMAT, MAT, ATMA, CMAT, and you can accept the CAT and ZAT score also. So based on that, your admission process will be taken out. Is that okay? So these are given charts, you'll have idea. Again, this information gets updated time to time. Okay, so particular college route saying, okay, they will not accept the MAT score, but after some time they'll say, okay, we'll accept the MAT score also. Okay, so before applying, just check on their website, which scores are accepting for the admission process. Fine. Let's talk about those PG colleges. Whatever the information I'm giving, it is about the PGDM courses, because for each college the procedure is different. Procedure of selection criteria is different. Even fees are different. So I'm discussing the details so they have idea. So what I'm going to discuss first, I discuss the what are the programs offered. So in SIS college, they are offering the three programs: postgraduate diploma in management, where most of the people are interested. They also have the other two programs: postgraduate diploma in management, that is PGDM, pharmaceutical management, and they have a PGDM biotechnology. Now these are your sectoral MBA. Only if you are interested in these two fields, then we suggest you think about these courses. Otherwise, you go for your normal PGDM courses. Fine. See, here they offer the MMS program also, but MMS part we already discussed. I'm right now discussing only about the PG part. Okay. So what is the eligibility? See, most of the colleges have the same eligibility. What is that? That you should have a 50% in graduation, and they will accept the certain exam scores. They will call you for the second stage. Based on that, they'll give the admission. So what they're saying, to get all candidates applying to the institutes and meeting the AICTE criteria of minimum 50% in graduation, having taken any one of the recommended tests as per the AICTE, will be called for a group discussion and personal interview process. The final selection of the candidates to the program will depend upon the total score in the following areas. What are those following areas I just show you? So you should have basically minimum 50% in your graduation. So look at how is the selection criteria. Which exam score they're accepting? CAT, ZAT, CMAT. We are discussing this college because they accept the CT score also. ATMA. But please understand, your exam score will have only 35% weightage in the overall selection process, which is less than 50%. Whatever is your 10th, 12th graduation marks are there, that will give has a weightage of 15%. The highest weightage is for group discussion and personal interview, 40% weightage, and extracurricular activities if you have 10% weightage. So basically, out of 100, you'll get certain points for your entrance exam, certain points for your academic record, certain points from your GD and PI, and certain points for your extracurricular activities. So you'll get a score out of 100. Based on that score, the merit will be prepared, and based on that, the admissions will be offered to the initial candidates, and there will be a wait list also. Fine. And this selection process is more or less same for all the colleges. Now here what's happening is, see, earlier it used to be a process that they will invite the applications. For example, the top college, still they have that process, that if you're through CAT, if you apply to the top colleges, you realize that they are not calling everybody for GD and PI. They will invite certain applications, and through applications they will for those particular invited people only, sorry, for selected people only, they'll conduct the GD and PI. But nowadays, SIS is everybody who is appearing for everybody who has applied to that, they're conducting GDPI process for all of them. Okay, so you can, so if you apply, so they will definitely call, everybody will be called for a GD and PI. You'll get a points. because their exam weightage is very low. Okay, so you'll get a certain point for your exam score, and after out of the overall score, your admission will happen. So whoever apply for that will be called for the second stage. This is the structure of the fees. So you can see the PGDM fees will be definitely higher than their MMS courses. So MMS 5 lakhs, 5 lakhs, total 10 lakhs. For PGDM 5 lakhs, 5 lakhs, total 10 lakhs. PGDM Pharma also 4.5, total 9 lakhs for 2 years. PGDM Biotech 4.5, total 9 lakhs. But what actually you'll be paying will be more than 9 lakhs, because there will be some other charges also. Okay, this is your base fees, I'll say. Okay. If I look at a placement, they have given down their, they have a placement report. In that placement report, I mentioned the highest salary in HR is 12 lakhs, for marketing 13 lakhs per annum, 17 lakhs per annum, operation 10 lakhs per annum. Now, let me tell you that nothing specific to this college, but these all salaries mentioned by each college, they are CTC. So in the CTC salary, basically almost 20 to 30% you'll find many times is a bonus amount, or some other factors are also included. Okay, so if a company is giving you a mediclaim, they will include that also in a CTC. If you have certain component as annual bonus, that is also a part of your CTC. So in many cases, these are very inflated figures. So don't go by the figures what the colleges talk about. You can always take 20 to 30% lower to judge. So somebody is saying 17 lakhs is the highest package. So actual salary offered could be, let's say, if I go for even more 20% lesser, so on 3.5 less, you can say it is 13.5. Okay, that's what you can take the number. 20 to 30% lesser, you take the number. Fine. Okay. Now they have a lot of data given, but we generally go by the average salary. So highest salary is 17 lakhs. Average salary of top 30% student is 11 lakhs. Average salary of top 50% student is 9.96 lakhs. And overall average salary is 9.26 lakhs. Median salary is 9 lakhs. Okay. And total there were 141 recruiters visited the campus for the final placement. Now this is a 23-25 batch report. 24-26 batch report has not yet out. So these are the numbers taken from their website. Same way, what are the numbers for the pharma and biotech? For pharma and biotech, you'll find these numbers are slightly higher. Salary is not that 11 lakhs compared to that 17 lakhs number. Top 30%, 9 lakhs. Overall average salary, 7.8 lakhs. So you can see these numbers are slightly lower compared to the your normal PGDM courses. Fine. The next college is the NL Dalmia College. Now, what NL Dalmia will do, they will not call everyone for an interview. Okay, they will have a certain cutoff. So I have old figures because new data is not available. So I have some old figures, so that will give the rough idea at what percentile score they are calling the students. So first of all, what programs they offer is PGDM, normal PGDM. This college is more known for the finance courses. So they have a PGDM finance also, and they have PGDM business business analytics also. Fine. Now, which score they are accepting? They accept the CAT 25 score, ZAT, GMAT, CMAT, MSCET, MAT, ATMA. Okay. So we are discussing this college because they accept the CD score. Now, what is the admission process? Whichever through whichever the best score you have, they are accepting. They will give a 40% weightage to that. Personal interview will have a 20% weightage. Okay, critical thinking round have a 15% weightage. Past academic record have a 15% weightage. Work experience have a 5% weightage, and extracurricular activities have 5% weightage. So you have a rough approximate idea about that. Your entrance exam score is again less than 50%. And that is the reason I said, because at a lower score also, you have a high chances to get into this college. However, this college will not call everyone who have applied for the second stage. So the general cutoff for 24-26 batch, which was the 24-26 batch. Okay. So what is that the cutoff? The CAT was 91.73 percentile. ZAT was 90.81 percentile, GMAT 672, CMAT 94.29 percentile, okay, and MSCET 95.54 percentile. So these are the percentile score at which uh, they call you for the second stage. Again, these numbers are just indicative. They can go up also, they can go down also, depending upon the number of applications received by them. Fine. Now, fees is quite high for this college. You can see the first year fees is for PGDM is 8,60,000. Second year is 7,90,000. 16,50,000. That is very quite a high number considering their placements also. I'll show you their placements, but that is a slightly a bigger number. Okay, 16,50,000 is quite high fees considering it's all India ranking and overall placement report also. Fine. So the placements are highest salary 17 lakhs, but average salary just 9 lakhs. The average salary just 9 lakhs and median salary is 8.7 lakhs. No issues in this part. Look at Chetana. Now Chetana has a normal PGDM course, which is AICTE approved. They have a PGDM in marketing management also. Okay. So here also the criteria is very, very simple. In degree, you should have a minimum 50% marks. Even if you're a final year, you can still apply for this Chetna college. Now, which score they'll accept? They'll accept CET, they'll accept CAT, MAT, ZAT, ATMA, CMAT. All these scores they will accept. So there's no change in much different here. However, look at the admission process. They are saying it is out of 200. So more or less the admission process is simple. Same. Entrance test scores out of 70 marks. Means what? Out of 270 marks means they are giving 35% weightage to your exam score. Comprehensive discussion person interview 35% weightage. Past academic record 15% weightage. Sports and extracurricular 10% weightage. And work experience they are giving 5% weightage. That is how the breakup is. Fine. Here, if I look at the fees part, fees is quite considerable. I'll say 4,80,000, 4,80,000. So for 2 year, it is 9,60,000. For PGDM marketing, the 2 year fee is 9,40,000. So you have a rough idea about the fees. So that's why I say that compared to Anil Daimary's fees is much lower. Now placements, if I look at the highest salary, they are quoting 18 lakhs. But look at the average. Average is not that high. It is still 7 lakhs, 7.44 lakhs. Okay, and the median salary is also 7 and 7.5 lakhs. Fine. Now, if I talk about the MET college, now they have 3 courses. Postgraduate Diploma in Management, which is AICTE approved. Postgraduate program in Management and Business Administration, this is called as a PGP MBA. And PGP MBA in Business Analytics. Right, so these 3 programs they have. Again, criteria is same. I'm not going to that. That is, you should have minimum 50% in your graduation. Those are in the final year also. They can also apply for this college. Okay. Now here, look at almost every college is giving 35% to 40% weightage for the exam. Which scores they are taking? CMAT, CAT, ZAT, GMAT, ATMA, MAT, and Maharashtra CET. 35% weightage is for this. Academic performance with your 10, 12 graduation, 15%. But look at here, 45% weightage, group discussion or essay and percent. Other parameters, 5% weightage. What are those academic performance? They are clearly given. SSC, that academic performance is out of 30 marks. SSC more than equal to 75%, 5 marks. HSC more than equal to 75%, 5 marks. Degree more than equal to 75%, 5 marks. Post graduation more than equal to 60%, 5 marks. And all 3 SSC plus HSC plus degree greater than equal to 60% will get 10 marks additional. So that is how the total 30 marks breakup they have given. That's academic performance breakup. The other parameter they are giving some marks for sports, extracurricular, you have some academic diversity and gender diversity. Okay, you can check that details later. Fine. So based on that, you'll get some additional points there. Now, this fees data is not officially available on their website, but what I generally know is MET fees is around 2 year course fees, around 1 year course fees, around 5 to 6 lakh rupees. 1 year course is there. So your 2 year course fee will go for around 10 to 12 lakhs. Fine. The 2023-25 placement data, your highest they're quoting 20 lakhs, but average is very low, 7.6 lakhs. And as I told you many times, what happens, the highest is any foreign placement is offered, that salary is in other currency. When you convert to rupees, that looks very high. So here the average salary is 7.6 lakhs per 7.6 lakhs per annum, and that is also CTC. So actual in hand will be much lesser, right? Now let's talk about the JBIMS MSc Finance and JBIMS MHRD, these two programs. Now these two programs are very specific programs, specialized programs. So those who are interested in a finance course, you can definitely think about this course. It's a 2 year full-time course, okay, in finance. What is important is the intake is 40 students. Now here, in today's session, I'm not going in much detail about JBIMS MSc Finance. When the notification will be out for these two courses, we'll discuss all the details about it. Today's session, I just discovered what is the eligibility criteria. So it means how will be eligible to apply for this course. So the eligibility is simple. The candidate should have appeared for Maharashtra MBA CET or CAT to be eligible for the admission process. Okay. Now they have another eligibility. I think that may not be relevant to us, but still the candidates who appeared for UPSC exam and having appeared for the interviews and personality test, clearing prelims and the main examination and due for interview will also be eligible for the admission process. Okay, but I don't think any of us who are appearing for that. It will be a rare situation. People might be satisfying the second criteria among the audience we are talking about. So, important part is what the candidate, as it's a finance course, the candidate should have opted for maths at a higher secondary level, means at a 12 level, or UG degree course level. At a degree level, you should have taken either maths in a 12th or after 12th. Then only you are eligible for this program. So if you have not taken maths after 10th, you're not eligible from this program. And they have cutoffs. So these cutoffs, again, when they'll release a notification, they will change. So last year, the cutoffs were what? If you belong to a general category, your CET cutoff is 97 percentile. Reserve category CET cutoff is 90 percentile. And physically handicapped candidate, that cutoff is 85 percentile. But at the same time, for a general category, you should have a 60% above in 10th, 60% above in 12th. And that criteria for the reserve category is 55%, 55%. You're getting my point? So, in case you get C, you belong to general category or you satisfy these criteria, you belong to any of these categories and you satisfy these percentile criteria, you can, and interested in a finance specialization, you can definitely think about a JBIMS finance course. Is that fine? JBIMS MHRD program. Now, this is a special HR program by JBIMS. Now, these, please understand, these MSc Finance and MHRD program are different from the normal JBIMS MMS program. Okay. It's a 2 year program in HR, and important is the intake is just 30 students. Okay. Now, what is the criteria? You should appear for CET or CAT. Okay. What are the cutoffs? For CET, look at the CET, general category 90 percentile, reserve category 80 percentile. You're getting my point? But at the same time, in 10th, for general category, you should have a 60% above, 60% and above, and degree, you should have a 50% and above. Fine. So these are your cutoffs. So if you satisfy these cutoffs, then only you can apply for these cutoffs you satisfy, then only you apply for this part. Once you satisfy this cutoff, you can apply for the course. There is no guarantee that you'll be called for an interview for MSc Finance as well as MHRD program. You can apply for the course, but selected candidates will be called for the second stage. So what is your second stage? What is the breakup and everything? That we'll discuss when the notification is out. Fine. So I have discussed all the colleges under MMS, top colleges under MMS, top PG colleges and their details also discussed. At the same time, I've discussed also is the JBIMS MSc Finance and MHRD program. Now, what is important is, as everybody is looking for the top college, the cutoffs are going to be high for those colleges. So, though we have provided the entire information, it is very important for you is to work hard and get those required percentile to get into those top colleges. So that's all from my side. Thank you.